First World Cup, the African champions looking to return. So underway as Côte d'Ivoire face a buoyant Gabon crowd here at the Stade de Franceville. And certainly in a party atmosphere. Lois Mbaba playing it out. Long ball dealt with. The loose ball picked up by the home side. Jamal Avina back into the side, brings so much energy. And back in France's top flight after leaving relegated Clermont for Angers. Now a teammate alongside Jacques Ecomier. Just got it lost under his foot there. So first ball in hand for Luc Zogbe. It's just his second full competitive international after the home win over Burundi. Just 20 years old, a lot of faith put in by coach Mercy Faye. Bright start by Gabon. Certainly not looking to just sit back. They know they have to be the aggressor. Well, Bruno Ekweli Manga showing his desire to keep playing football. Now on the books at Paris 13 in the third tier of French football. As Denis Bouanga just wanted the ball angled a little bit more infield. Luc Zogbe hasn't had much luck. Plenty of injuries in his first season with Brest in France's championnat. Only made the one appearance so far for the Breton club. A little shrug of the shoulders there. Anthony Oyono exactly in agreement. Don't be confused, it's not his twin Jeremy, although both of the Frosinone players are right backs. You'd think they'd want to try and work different flanks, but there you are. Ekweli Manga. The right type of pass, but not well executed by Mario Lamina. One of a few players on the field plying their trade in Turkey. Ball whipped in to a good area. Sébastien Haller was certainly interested, taking over the number 9 role from Vakun Bayo, who got the winner against Burundi in just the 3rd minute. Haller, who scored the goal that made Côte d'Ivoire African champion for the 3rd time, was trying to do likewise. Pressure, and we saw this plenty against Burundi. Côte d'Ivoire starting to press and harry and get possession. They certainly showed their intent. Amid Diallo leading the charge. Awkward bouncing ball. It's not the best of touches, but Odilon Kusunu got it, but the keeper's made an error. Yaya Fofana bailed out, but it all started from a poor touch from Kusunu. Well, Yaya Fofana, one of those who has made his career move to Turkey after leaving a relatively successful time with Angers. Jamal Avina, now at his old club, whips in a wicked ball, but Côte d'Ivoire able to clear their lines. Denny Boanga twisting and turning, but really good defending and cleared by Zogbe. Oh, that's some quality stuff from the 37-year-old young captain of Gabon. Well, the last time Côte d'Ivoire conceded a World Cup qualifying goal, it was Toko Ekambi who netted in a 1-0 win that sent Cameroon to World Cup 2022. Côte d'Ivoire with 3 qualifications in succession after 2006. In fact, their coach, Merci Faye, was part of the squad that went to Germany. But they haven't been back. And now they're within touching distance. Gabon for their own pathway. Egypt were in the way. They were beating the Pharaohs by 1-0, but Mohamed Mustafa with a last-minute equaliser, and then defeating Cairo when their dreams had already been dashed. Things have certainly improved in terms of the expanded World Cup. But of course, 9 groups. It's only the top side who will qualify directly for the biggest party on earth. He's done a terrific job. Thierry Muyuma came in initially to replace Patrice Neveu in October 2023, his first main job, and yet he was very quickly given the job full time. And you only have to look at their points tally to see why the Gabon FA have been so impressed. Although we can't beat the meteoric rise of this man, Emerson Faye was the assistant to Jean-Louis Gasset, as many know, and the first coach ever to take over during a tournament and lift the ultimate prize, becoming a now 3-time African champions. And it was done in just spectacular fashion, but it's now Gabon looking for something spectacular. Denny Boanga, though, just was a little wide, but the LAFA man gets away from Zogbe, drives into the area, just couldn't run onto it. Jim Alavena and get a shot away. Maybe they could have switched the winger for Aubameyang or Boanga himself, but this is a player who is at a very good level in Ligue 1, but since moving to MLS, he seems to have gone up a good few levels. And certainly showing his confidence on that mazy run. Denny Boanga, he scored 35 goals in 6 campaigns in Le Championnat. In just 3 seasons, 56 goals in MLS. Here's Jim Alavina, who had that fresh air swipe. Gets the run of the ball and wins the first corner of the match. A deafening roar to celebrate the corner one. Doing well to hold off the challenge of Gislan Konan. Yair Fofana organising frantically. It is 2 years since his debut for his country. What a 24 months it's been, but I want to make sure there's no mistakes tonight. In the end, no real pressure from a looping waste of a cross. I'm just trying to dig it out to a fellow veteran. Guelo Kanga couldn't find his captain. Oyuma will be encouraged, chewing away nervously. 82 caps for his country, and a fine career that took him 5 different countries. His opposite number also fully fledged international, the Nantes-born MRC Faye, although didn't make an appearance at the 2006 Germany World Cup. As mentioned, leading to 3 successive qualifications. But 2014 in Brazil is the last time the Ivorians were at the party. Nicolas Pepe has yet to be able to dazzle in the way he has been in La Liga of late. Neat touch and control that he's so well known for. Now gets himself running. Oh, it's a nice idea, but Alain just went a little central. And Ikwele Manga read the danger well. And Gabon work it so nicely. Aubameyang thinks there was a handball. The referee says chest. Juan Kessié leaves it to Ibrahim Sangare. Well, that's a loose ball picked up by Gabon's number 9, but just muscled out of it by Sangare. Ibrahim Sangare will have a new boss when he goes back to Nottingham Forest. Breakdown of relations at the club, seeing Nuno Santo sacked and Ange Postecoglou coming in. There's Nicolas Pepe looking to put Gabon in trouble. Found Allaire, tried to shift it to Kessié, made the move forward. Didn't work out. Well, this is exactly what you want. 2 heavyweights in a group going head to head, and the early signs are certainly good. What we hope will be a classic encounter. Alavina gets the support, but poor couple of touches from Oyono, although he found himself just ahead of the ball. And the 2 12s both sending out instructions. Jean-Philippe Gavamin for Côte d'Ivoire, one of the 3 to come into the side. He replaced Seko Fofana. And Fofana now playing his trade with Rennes in Ligue 1 was the reason that Faye's men were victorious in the reverse fixture against against Gabon. Long kick. Oh, Jim Alavina maybe wanted a shout, but it gets back to him and he feeds it to Aubameyang. Bit of panic for the Ivorians. Wrestling match. Referee happy to see it as 50-50. Nicolas Pepe pops it out, but it falls for Gabon. Denny Boanga, another chance to go at Zogby. This time, the fullback stands his ground. Rare touch. A frantic start from Didier Ndong. Ikwele Manga. Yono trying to find Alavina, but running out of space to keep it in. Aller asking maybe a bit too much of Nicola Pepe, but it's only after fine defending from Ekomie. In the end, it was a ball that invited pressure on Gabon. Sangare. Kessié. Smart ball. And the ball's put into a really good area. Fantastic reading of the game from Ikwele Manga. And Luck Zogbe, who'd got up to whip in the cross, ended up giving away the foul. Dangerous into that corridor of uncertainty. Gabon defending the loose ball well to earn this free kick. And I think you can see the frustration of Boanga and Aubameyang. A bit more calm. Didn't get it there with a launched ball by Mick OMFIA. Pressure on Guelo Kanga. The veteran midfielder does well to shepherd it back. Looking for a bit of movement. You can feel a little bit of frustration in the crowd. And Côte d'Ivoire, with the moment, looks like being a defining victory back in June 2024 for the African champions coach. Seko Fofana's first half winner in Korogo. That was followed up with a goalless draw for the Elephants in Kenya. And that's why we've ended up with just 1 point between them, because Gabon bounced back from that solitary loss to win every other game. They did the hard work of making this match live and vital. But now can Thierry Muyuma's men really find their claws and see the Panthers cause a real shock to the African champions. That's what Côte d'Ivoire want to avoid. Sangare feeds it. Now Diallo found out Pepe, but he couldn't beat his man. Luck Zogbe gets it back. It's a neat ball into Diallo. Goal kick. Well, he's certainly been finding his form again since signing for Villarreal in La Liga. The end and start of seasons, although Jim Alavena showing his pace. Whips in a cross, comes to the edge of the area, but fine challenge according to the referee, if not to the liking of Kanga. It's a nice pick out by Alavena. That was always going to be a hard one to get a meaningful shot away. The 35-year-old in the second tier of Turkish football with Erokspor. Goal and 2 assists in 4 appearances this season so far. He has scored on international duty, 5 in his previous 72. Certainly for him, and particularly the captain, Bruno Ikwele Manga, this will feel like the final chance to grace the World Cup. Kanga tries to feed it to Aubameyang. Hasn't been able to get an opportunity yet, but here's an opportunity to release the pace of Nicola Pepe. Goes one way, goes the other, goes down. And the referee is going to book the former Arsenal forward Well, there were a good few intakes of breath around the Stade de Franceville. The question may be whether there was enough contact to put him down, because it certainly did look like there was a tug of the shirt. Mick KILA OMFIA had a little nibble, but there's certainly nowhere near enough on first viewing. I think the referee calling it as he saw it, and Nicola Pepe trying and failing to win a penalty kick. He certainly showed the danger he can pose. Mick KILA OMFIA certainly will know from his time in France, originally with Bordeaux, now with that old club of Nicola Pepe at Angers. It was then the move for Pepe to Lille that really put him in the world window. Arsenal winning the race, beating out Liverpool. It just never worked out in North London. Now with the Yellow Submarines coming back to the surface that has always been there for the Ivorians, and looking very sharp already this evening. Evan Indeka left Frankfurt on a free for Roma. The Eternal City was a Europa League winner with the German club when they defeated Rangers on penalties in 2022. Well, the bobble there in front of Kisnan Konan meant he had a little thought, and he plays it to Amid Diallo, who clips it across. It's not the best of punch-outs, but the goalkeeper doing enough to block, I think, the effort of Kessié. Not overly convincing from Lois Mbaba, but he got a block in, either that or one of his defenders. The match on a knife edge. Nicola Pepe. I wasn't happy with the attentions there of Boanga. Really nice ball into Allaire. Côte d'Ivoire just trying to find a little bit of rhythm. Diallo coming across the link with Pepe. Aubameyang linking beautifully with Boanga. And now Gabon can break Kanga. And he plays through for Aubameyang. Well, that superb reading of the game as Odilon Kusunu got across. We spoke about his central defensive partner being a Europa League winner. Kusunu himself was on the losing side as Bayer Leverkusen lost out to Atalanta, the only game Xabi Alonso's men lost that campaign. He obviously did enough to catch the eye of the Italian club. A loan move and now a subsequent permanent move as the flag goes up against Allaire. In fact, for Kusunu, the reverse fixture at home was his first competitive appearance for his country. So we see the flag likely harsh on Allaire, who's moved back to Dutch football with Utrecht after the initial loan period. Big money move came after he was a goal machine in the Champions League for Ajax. Of course, he was suffering but then brilliantly recovering from cancer. Inspirational story that ended with him scoring the goal at brought the most incredible reversal of fortunes for any nation, and particularly a host nation of an Africa Cup of Nations. We'll wait to see if the AFCON in Morocco can produce quite as much drama and excitement. Surely will. Here's Kanga with a corner kick for Gabon. Cleared away though. Nice superb play from Nicola Pepe. That was a free kick worth giving away for the home side, but now Amad Diallo through. He's taking it around the goalkeeper, but he can't get there first. And that is a massive bailout job from Mick OMFIA. Mbaba in no man's land. A great ball, he's onside, Diallo, but his touch just too heavy. Or in fact, not heavy enough to run for Nicola Pepe. The three golden shirts rushing back as the Panthers saving themselves, but it all came from the quick free kick. And that pace, the Manchester United's Diallo and Nicola Pepe provide. Diallo with the delivery when he might have delivered the opening goal. Well, long Granger refused there by Luck Zogbe. I think his teammates will be happy with that as it swung in. Allaire, though, no way he was going to be able to control that head height. And just goes behind for a goal kick. Kessié with that angled delivery. Here is the Ivorian captain again. Diallo coming centrally, but couldn't make it stick. We'll be much happier with how matches unfolding of late. Emerson Faye, 63% win record, 12 in his first 19. He's only lost 3. Watt with his 20th outing as Elephants boss provide. Diallo bouncing the challenges, just nicks out a toe to win it away, cuts back in, looking for an option as Gabon get bodies back. Chance to deliver, clipped in. Conan just couldn't find anyone else in orange, but now finds Diallo. Reset. Ndika. Conan plays and goes. Diallo penalised for holding. Anthony Oyono getting a bit of respite for Moyoma's men. Relatively even contest, but Cote d'Ivoire just ratcheting up the pressure. And Gabon maybe a little fortunate to see the scoreline remain blank. Remember, the African champions have yet to concede in this Group F qualifying. And a point really unlikely to be anywhere near enough for Gabon. So they're looking for all 3. And a first meaningful effort from Mario Lamina. Relatively comfortable for Yaya Fofana. He had a long time to see it come through the crowd. But Lamina certainly struck it with venom. And that's just a point of pride to try and up the performance. Certainly gave it welly. Found the gap, but always going to be tough to beat Fofana from there. Kanga. Ekwele Manga. Oyono. Gabon just going to take a bit of the sting out of it. But they want plenty more of the sting that Lamina has. They do need the midfield to step up a bit and try and pull a bit of control away from Côte d'Ivoire. Wanga heading back in field, but Aubameyang nowhere near it. Yaya Fofana elects to clear. Allaire does brilliantly to just drag that ball in, but he can't then link with Kessié. He's been complaining to the referee. He felt there was an infringement. But our whistler, he's been happy when he can to let the match rage on, and it's provided really good momentum to the match. Ball round the corner from Alavina. Oyono. Kanga had to wait on it, but time to keep it away from Ivorian Jean-Philippe Gabama. Few too many tugs from Sangare. Wanga. Alavina. Well, that's great away from Diallo. Whips in a wonderful ball, just a little too high for Aubameyang. Luxogbe made sure it didn't run for Boanga. Well, they have come for a party. The question is, can the Panthers take it to another level, notch it up to 11? A goal would certainly do that. Boanga waits for the support, plays the ball perfectly. Oh, was Aubameyang pulled back? The referee, I think, seeing it as just a collision, and in fairness to the Marseille number 9, no complaints as he was shepherded there. There was a little tug on the shirt, but maybe as much as there was in terms of the other end with Nicolas Pepe, although he did pick up a booking. Striker maybe just losing his footing more than anything else from his movement. But a bit more intense from Gabon. Nicolas Pepe, it's that wonderful way that he can take the ball in and spin opponents. So it's 8 years since these two nations faced off. That happened to be for World Cup qualification. But after being drawn together in the World Cup Group F, they will face off again in Morocco. Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Gabon and Mozambique. And these two clashing on the final day of this year in Marrakesh. But it's the here and now that matters as Dennis Boanga cuts in, fires for goal. Vital block once again. There's been a few. Kusunu managing that, and then Indika with the header away. Lamina wants to keep the pressure on. He does well to not allow the ball to be ripped from him. Franck Kessié penalised there. He and a teammate feel. Lamina was pulling his shorts. Galatasaray midfielder doesn't really care. He's up and has won the free kick. Quite clearly, it's a free kick. It's amazing how much footballers will complain, despite likely deep down being absolutely aware. As Dennis Boanga showed exactly why he's been such a goal threat. But as yet it remains goalless. Can the Panthers change that now? Kanga whips it in, but it's a disappointing end there, and they have to be really careful on the counter because of the pace of Diallo. Kanga just held him up enough. Alavina stepped on the ball but hasn't gifted possession away. Neat little triangle, gets it to Kanga. Alavina wants it down the line. Lamina though instead, little triangle of midfield from the ball whipped in. Strong defending again to keep tabs on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Nice little lift of the leg and a touch from Diallo to Kessié, but he can't find Pepe. Boanga trying to get into the Samba field that's coming down from the stands here. Franceville is jumping. Kanga. That's loose there from Ekomie. He did well to make sure he at least got to the loose ball first. There is a problem off the ball. Crowd not showing exactly too much empathy. The referee feeling there wasn't anything particularly happening. Franck Kessié getting some attention. Well, it's been fascinating first half so far, both sides with their moments. Côte d'Ivoire have had the better opportunities. Nicolas Pepe didn't really need to go down. He felt he was going to get something. Instead, he received a yellow card. And then the other end, a cutback here for Aubameyang. Seemed to slip in trying to change position. There was some shirt pulling. But the referee has not been trigger happy in trying to give a penalty. Franck Kessié's only made one appearance so far in the Saudi Pro League for his club Al Ahly. Maybe a bit of rust. He did manage the match-up against Burundi. I'd be surprised if he isn't able to continue. And Dong just bringing a bit of pressure on himself with a poor couple of touches, but manages to keep it away from Allaire. That's given away cheaply to Diallo. Bundle of energy. Kessié tried to feed it to Conan, did eventually reach the fullback, but has managed to earn himself a free kick. And Baba certainly happy he hasn't seen his goal breached, despite a couple of awkward moments. Last time The Elephants came here, they reigned a 3-0 victory. Conan, angle ball in. Lamina completes the clearance. It was 8 years and a week ago, that result. Last time these two faced off here in Franceville. Certainly different story thus far. Goalless here in Franceville. Still just a point separates the sides in Group F. Nicola Pepe trying to help create further daylight. That's a loose header picked up by Alavina. There's space for Boang, who's found brilliantly. Up against Kosunu. And the defender does brilliantly. Does concede a corner, but it could have been so much worse. Kosunu holding up the forward, allowing support to get back as well. Just cut off the striking angle. And you can see Boanga in conversation with Aubameyang, just looking for that little extra to forge that connection. They certainly need to click. A lot of argy-bargy. Referee may want further word. He looked like he was already going to be. Well, I mentioned these sides met in World Cup 2018 qualifying. Côte d'Ivoire winning both the matches. That turned out to be their only 2 wins as Morocco won Group C to advance to the World Cup. Ball swung in and Bruno Quelemanga was looking for a big moment for the big captain. Instead, it's a clash of heads. It just has a little bit concern, nothing overly worrying, but of course, head knocks and concussion. So vital to make those checks as Sangari just a little late as the two came together. Hopefully, no issues once the checks have been made. Sangari is certainly at least affected. Thankfully, Aquila Manga back to his feet and gets a little shower from teammate Kanga. Well, the match and the group on a knife edge. Yeah, Fofana launches long as we edge ever closer to the half-time break. Well, Sangani again, a knock on the head. This time there is a free kick. As we wait to see how much time will be added on. Big leap from Allaire. Keeper thought about coming. Kessie does a bit of juggling and finds Diallo. Conan dancing. Gets to the byline. Strides it across. No one there to tap in. Sagari just sold for a penny there. Kanga, such an important cog in that midfield. So 2 minutes added on, we've already played 30 seconds of it. As this the headline act of Group F on match day 8. And it remains goalless for now. Well, like Zogbe may have come off the hand, but I think whether it did or not, happy enough to allow it's a throw in. Gabon, you can certainly hear from the fans, wanted a chance to deliver. Packing in the box. Might have given them one last chance. Can they create one in open play? Instead they've gifted it to Côte d'Ivoire. But Nicolas Pepe taking a risk in a dangerous area. Des Boanga shifts it, but it's blocked off. May yet get a last chance to deliver. Really battling for every ball, but the goal kick likely will see the end of the half. Maleko Mie certainly doing his best to create, just didn't work out in the end. Denny Boanga, not sure if he's berating the ball boys. Yaya Fofana finally found a ball. The half-time whistle sounds. It could be now or never for Gabon. They trail Côte d'Ivoire by a solitary point in Group F. In the moment, a goalless draw doesn't suit them. Given both these sides and their form in this group, would be back to win their final 2 matches. Gabon have only dropped points against the Elephants in the reverse fixture when Seko Fofana was the match winner. Côte d'Ivoire, for their part, have won all but one when they drew away at Kenya the match day directly after their victory over the Panthers. Gabon have done such hard work to put themselves in this position, but now Thierry Muyuma's men have to go that extra step and win in this head-to-head. Well, their last victory against Côte d'Ivoire came in the 2018 World Cup qualifying. And that was on the road, a 2-1 victory. But they lost 3-0 on home soil. Desperate to avoid a repeat of that as Jim Alavina picks up a free kick from challenge from Conan, get a little too touch tight. Nice little ball to find the ever energetic Kanga. Denny Boanga. Black Zogba. Zogbe did well initially and made sure he protected the ball and earns a free kick. Boanga Saw that it was at an awkward height, but he's done so well to head it, and then Aubameyang gets it alive. Boanga keeps his run going and is picked out, flips it across. Driving run into the box, just couldn't produce an opening goal for Alavina and Gabon. A great sign of intent from the Panthers. Luck Zogby doing well to avoid the temptation of fouling Boanga. But a wicked delivery from the LAFC man. Jim Alavina just put off enough on the attentions of centre-back Evan Dika. Kessier looks okay after a knock in the first half. It's been a rude awakening at the start of the second half for the visitors to Franceville. Boanga again, he's getting support. Couldn't feed Ekiamier. But Alavina pops up nicely, but just can't get it back in to the qualifiers' top scorer. Now there's space for Nicola Pepe. Through a goal, and Baba decides to stay on his line. Another opportunity where Pepe's hit the deck. This time the referee sees no foul either way. Pepe, of course, booked in the first half for taking a dive. Aubameyang coming back into the right back position to help out. As Mbaba gives it away to Luck Zogby. Certainly a match that's on the bubble, yet to come to the boil. The first goal could be absolutely vital, especially given Côte d'Ivoire have yet to concede in this entire qualification group. Neat touch from Zogby. Sprayed by Gabame. And now it's Ndika. Gets it into Ahmad. Lovely ball to find Allaire, although he's kind of stretching. Does get to it. Gabon clear their lines through Didier Ndong. Well, Ahmad thought he was taken down. Ref happy to let the play rage on as Côte d'Ivoire found the head of Pepe. Kessier might have been happier to see Allaire getting there. Pepe with a good bit of movement. It was always going to be a tough one for the winger to direct on target. Has been a hugely effective player for Villarreal in La Liga. 4 goals and 5 assists. The either end of last and the start of this season. Brilliant footwork again. Could have had a free kick. Sangari holding on to the ball too long. Allaire in the race there, he got there first, and that means it's a foul. And Faye sure wants a yellow card as well. We've only seen Nicola Pepe cautioned. Came out. There was only one winner, Mick OMFIA, chopping down the striker. No signs of a booking. Fairness, foot race to win the ball, and Allaire managed to win it. Nothing untoward particularly. Nicola Pepe swings in the ball. It's a free header. What an opportunity for Odilon Kosunu. Swung to the back post, but he got up high. Maybe feels he should have gone back across goal, but went for that near post. And only side netting for the Atalanta defender. A little bit of anxiety at the back. Mbaba certainly a bit of a fraught first half. Pepe around the corner for Sangare. It's a really good ball from Zogbe, and he gets the return from the Villarreal winger. Sangare digs out a cross. Not the best of clearances, but it works nicely. Now Kanga. Alavina lifts it long and angled towards Bouanga. Smart ball. Looking for his options. Eko Mie. Ndong. Manga had a look right, and instead goes back to his defensive partner Omfia. Kessie leading the press. Lamina. Aubameyang round the corner. Jim Alavena just a little slow to get on that. Desperate to just get Aubameyang in the box and give him a chance at goal. The all-time leading scorer for Gabon. Truly their global superstar. Certainly Marseille fans delighted to see him back on the Côte d'Azur. Alavina does well to dig it towards the striker, but it comes to Bouanga. The Côte d'Ivoire keep their cool. Kosunu, well, not only got it, but then plays a great ball looking for Kessie. The flag goes up against the Ivorian captain. Shrug from the assistant. Mina working so hard to get back and help defensively. Kanga early into Alavena. Aubameyang still 1-2, drift right. Oyono. Ndong. Alavena on the spin, down the line. It's clipped long, headed away by Lak Zogbe. Lamina. Nice bit of pressure building for Gabon on the front foot. But can they find a route to Yaya Fofana's goal? No one else in this group has managed it. Dennis Bouanga might. Deflected, but behind for a corner. No, they don't need any second invitation to raise the noise. Dennis Bouanga asking for more from the crowd of the Stade de Franceville. They certainly are for their hero. Yaya Fofana is not going to give away a goal that could really turn this group on its head. Not just the match. Swung in, but it's a really good take. Launches long. Ahmad waits on it. That's going to run for a corner off the boot of Anthony Oyono. Looks like there's changes coming from Amerse Faye. And are there going to be similar from Thierry Moyuma? Before all that, the corner at one end. It's now the Ivorians' opportunity. Swung into the near post, but it's easily cleared, and Gabon on the break. Denis Bouanga spreads it to Aubameyang. Alavina waits. Bouanga as well. They think it's a corner. Aubameyang wanting a little bit more, but Conan getting in the block. That's 3 corners in quick succession. 2 Gabon with the Ivorian one in the middle. But it's the Panthers on the hunt. Lamina with their overhead kick. And oh well, Fofana decides to punch. Only finds Alavina. Undue pressure. A block. Alavina. The ball's falling kindly for Côte d'Ivoire. But then it's a poor ball out as Nicolas Pepe saw himself in a foot race. He would back himself against Ekomie. Just looking for that little bit of poise, a little bit of quality. Kessié frustrated. The first changes to be made. It's the end of the night for Luck Zogbe. And Ibrahim Sangari is also to be withdrawn. So it's Wilfred Singo to head on alongside Seko Fofana. Wilfred Songo, having previously started the season with Monaco, now having made a move to Turkey, he's come on, but it's Gabon looking for their picture moment and almost snapping it into the back of the net. But Kanga sees it just drift wide. He found the space. He wasn't far away from finding the back of the net. Substitutes made as the midfielder almost cracked this match open. I was trying to mention Wilfred Songo. Usually a centre back, but can play that right back role. He did so while in the Principality. Now with ball in hand. In particular, a sign of Eric Dyer. Others saw him the opportunity to move to Galatasaray. Now a teammate of Mario Lemina. And Seko Fofana was also sent on as Faye yet to see something that pleases him more. Fofana, the match winner when these two sides met in the corresponding fixture. Well, Allaire just has not had the opportunities not as big a surprise against Gabon, but certainly he would have had chances against Burundi for sure. Fakun Bayo could have had himself a hat-trick, and Fat Haller and others somehow failed to add to that 1-0 scoreline. But it shows that Faye, despite a draw being enough to keep Cote d'Ivoire the destiny in their own hands, he wants more, he wants the job done now. Seko Fofana made his name at Lens, and their rise up in the lower regions to back to Ligue 1 in the Champions League. Now having returned from Saudi Arabia to turn out for Rennes in Ligue 1, where he faced Sekuyemi. Longe fullback, launching that directly out. The two young coaches leading the countries they represented as players. 49-year-old Thierry Boyouma, 41-year-old MRC Faye. Boyouma trying to do what no other Gabon boss has done and take them to the World Cup. Faye trying to get them back for the first time since 2014. Nicolas Pepe squaring that one, but no one there to the fury of the Nantes-born Ivorian coach. Aubameyang playing that back, but a clear foul off the ball. The referee has kept his cards in his pocket, hasn't felt the need to flash around any yellows. Just the one to Nicolas Pepe. It has been a match played in a competitive but fair manner. Singo certainly showing the overly competitive side. Certainly a completely different player to Luc Zogbe. Much more sturdy, to say the least. Yono wanted to get on the end of that, but it falls to Seko Fofana. He's quick onto Allaire. Ahmad stands on it, doesn't see much to look at, but he gets it. A return from Conan. Fofana. Scored an absolute corker for Rennes. Bruising effort, which he was well known for in the north of France with Racing. Kessié, the captain, with some space and time, feeds Seko Fofana, who gets onto Ahmad, cuts it across. That was a vital interception and the best work from Gabon's Lois Mbaba. Lamina, lovely first time ball into Ndong. Bit of Cam, where there's very little, particularly in the stands. Although you wouldn't know the stress levels given the party atmosphere. Cote d'Ivoire have not been able to silence them. Can Gabon electrify them even more? Aubameyang with a bit of space, lovely little back heel. Alavina just second best. Fofana able to come and collect. That's exactly why they want to feed the ball in and around Aubameyang. It's not just the goal scoring, it's the link-up play. Mad just forced a little bit too wide there. But now a strike deflected. But there were so many options to his left in Ndong. Kanga, Alavina, Boanga. His eyes lit up. And that one pushed behind for another corner. Can they find the right recipe now? Ball swung in deep. Header away, but only as far as Boanga thinks about something spectacular. Through the crowd for another corner. Aubameyang up. The header on target, but comfortable for Fofana. Now a chance for Côte d'Ivoire to try and hit back. Nicolas Pepe with a really clever header into Seko Fofana. Has support from Singo. Flips it back to him. Launches in with his left foot, but it's to absolutely no one other than Onyono. The match starting to stretch. And certainly stretching to send that into orbit is Evan Indika. Gabon fans not taking kindly to that as Aubameyang's in. And the ball just bobbling away from him. Couldn't just wrap it under control. Seko Fofana certainly adding some energy as the Ivorians try and break forward. Pepe finds Kessié, comes centrally. Allaire now trots centrally into the box, tries to offer but unable to get to the ball first. Lovely flick there. Malavina Kanga waits, gets the support. Côte d'Ivoire going to sleep a little bit. Deli Boanga takes a couple of touches, wanted too many. Malavina was on his knees there. It seems set up for him to have a go. And now the match suddenly at bizarre walking pace as both teams just seem to be taking a deep breath. Aubameyang eventually charges down Fofana. The keeper does manage to get his kick away, and now he breaks kindly into the midfield. Here's Ahmad. And support from Singo to his right. Uses him. He didn't seem to think it was coming. Goes for a hurdle jump. Gets a hand up from Ikoamie, who concedes the corner. Strong challenge. I think one that Singo would appreciate. Corner swung in. Gabon get the first clearance, but Seko Fofana. Oh, he really wants to wind up and strike, but smart play to eventually see Nicolas Pepe swing it in. Oh, it's a terrible mistake. Oh, was that a handball? The officials say no. Cleared behind for a corner. Where there's been 2 or 3 occasions where the Gabon goal has lived a charmed life. What a wicked ball this in. Punch from Mbada off his own player, I think. Great ball. Panic. Punching it off his captain and then off the chest. Brilliant from the officials. Referee once again perfectly placed. Ball swung in. This is headed out. Who's running onto it? Conan. Feeds Kessié. Didn't have too many options with the golden shirts in his way, so decided to strike for goal. Just the side netting. Well, in discussion there, and Baba and Kweli Manga. Somehow between them, stopping Cote d'Ivoire and having a tap in. Looks like more changes afoot. The first change for Gabon, it's Jim Aravena, who has been terrific throughout. Really made a name for himself with Clermont as they came up to Ligue 1 for the first time. He's always been an incredible worker for the Panthers. But Xavi Babika gets on for the final fling. So further changes for Cote d'Ivoire. Nicolas Pepe's night is over. On comes Cote d'Ivoire, Evan Guessin and Simon Adingra. Adingra, who was the man of the match in the Africa Cup of Nations final against Nigeria. The hosts winning on home soil to become African champions for the third time. They found their match here in Franceville. Denis Bouanga finds Lamina. Ndong. "37 years old, captain Kweli Manga has strode through this match. Evan Guessin getting his big move to the English Premier League with Aston Villa after a breakthrough season with Nice in Ligue 1. Ball falls kindly for Singo. Still goalless here in Franceville. Is there to be a dramatic finale? Big switch on. Great take. And gets the support. Singo will win a... Well, no, it's a goal kick. What work from Denis Bouanga to match the fullback. He could have very easily let it go. Willing to put in the defensive work for his team. Not just about the goal-scoring glory. Knocked down, Kanga. Oh, it's a neat little ball for Babika to try and win. He didn't even claim for the handball, given he knew his shove would be penalised. Pumping Conan. Ndong. Kessié. Cormier doing so well. Singo looking for the movement of Valère. Once again, Kweli Manga is there. Boanga. Lamina tried to let it run, but Kessié smarts and wins it back. Gets a throw. Singo tried to get it back from Adingra. That's played nicely for Ndong. Puts it into a good area for Denny Boanga. Juggling it. I can't keep it in. Stepping out of defence, ball round the corner for Kessié. Great strength, forcing Lamina into the challenge. That's some great sportsmanship, sign of respect between the two midfielders. And just hasn't had a sniff in front of goal, coming deep to try and get himself involved. There's been some chances for Gabon. There's been plenty few heart-and-mouth moments in front of Mbaba's goal, and yet at the moment there's the feeling of a match that's going to draw a blank unless Seko Fofana, dreaming of pulling out one of his howitzers, but that one always staying airborne. Well, Vakun Bayo has scored 2 international goals. They've both come in his solitary 2 starts, including the winner against Burundi on match day 7 just days ago. He's now preparing to come on. Been a champion in Scotland as well as Tunisia. Can he come on and make a difference? Ndong thought maybe about a longer ball, but goes short to Lamina. Goes early to Kanga, thought about trying to slide it through to Denny Boanga instead. He was waiting for someone to come short. Xavi Babika nor Aubameyang did. Now Seko Fofana. Superb covering work from Eko Emie. Eko Emie working so hard to get to grips with Adingra. So here comes Vakun Bayo. It was a great header in 3 minutes to earn the victory over Burundi. Sebastian Haller just not being really given much of a service, and frustrating one for the Utrecht forward. Bayo now back after a loan spell. That's his parent club Udinese. Seko Fofana just wants to play a little ahead, and instead it's slightly square for Conan. Halts progress, but it's switched now to Singo. Nice little knockdown to Kessié. Tries to get his balance. Fofana trying to bundle his way through. Just couldn't run it along the line. Ndong. Kessie. Fofana tries to pin his man. Somehow wriggles through. It comes to Vakudbayo. But he too just neither could pull the trigger quickly enough nor keep close enough control. That could have been the World Cup wrapped up more or less for Cote d'Ivoire. That's what a goal would mean for the Elephants. Well, the Panthers won't be out of it if this ends in a draw, but they'll need Cote d'Ivoire to slip up in their final 2 fixtures and win theirs. Or they could go and find a winner and turn Group F on its head. Yono on the spin. Kanga. Kanga digs out a cross. Cleared away at the near post by Nadika. What a chance this was for Bayo. Seko Fofana doing all the heavy work. Again, it's great covering from Ekomie. Just lent across the striker. Here's Babika. Chance to turn. Didn't find a shooting angle. Goes for Ndong, who's on the spin. He picks about one. Maybe better thought of going to the right. Oyono digs out across. Aubameyang flicks it to where Bouanga started rather than finished his move. A huge 5 minutes plus stoppage time. A draw suits Cote d'Ivoire as it would keep them a point ahead of Gabon with 2 to play. Certainly be interested to see how this plays out, because a defeat is just unthinkable for either nation. So I'm not sure we'll see either side throw the kitchen sink at the other. Gabon will be desperate to try and wrestle the Group F advantage from their visitors. Bouanga. Ekomie decides to go for a run, cuts inside. It's into the near post to Aubameyang, but he can't make it stay with him. And Seko Fofana now could try and break. Tried the switch, but it straightened up too much and straight to Mbaba. Well, he's been hoping for some service. There's an opportunity there. Well, Kessié, I think, maybe is down. Gabon don't have to stop, and they're not about to. Kanga. Babika. Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's off the post. Bouanga keeps it alive. Well, that is the moment they might look back and say, that's why we didn't reach the World Cup. Shaped it beautifully, but crashes off the woodwork from substitute Xavi Babika. Cote d'Ivoire have not conceded in this qualifying campaign. That's likely the closest it's been. Babika is at Toulouse. He made a fair impact at the Southern French club now, and made the switch to Red Star Belgrade. He was about to switch this atmosphere from party to delirium. Well, Aubameyang looks to be heading off. Or was he just getting some water? It'd be a big surprise. Did look like Noah Lamina, the younger brother of Mario, might be coming on. His You can see some old friends having a laugh. And there you have it, Pascal Georges, Noah Lamina. He's about to be joined by Andre Diogo Poco. This just absolute quality. And just the width of the woodwork away from being the national hero. Fofana keeping his Group F clean sheet intact. Was that the big moment? Or will there still be time? Guelor Kanga has been incredible with his performance. 35 years young. He goes off, but what a moment. Mario Lamina being replaced by his brother Noah as Andre Poco comes on as well. So 4 minutes remain. Counting them up. And now it will be the fans counting down. It will be an eternity for the Côte d'Ivoire fans. Nowhere near long enough as Gabon look for something magical. They almost had it from Babika. They wanted it there from the matchup of Boanga and Aubameyang, but the Elephants earning themselves a critical free kick. They will happily take the point to stay that many ahead of Muyuma's men. And it'll come down to the final two. And it looks like Gabon will have to pitch their hopes on Kenya holding Côte d'Ivoire again, because it's hard to see the Seychelles holding out against the African champions, but it might not matter because Seko Fofana strikes for a goal, and Baba couldn't catch it for the first attempt but made sure it was close enough. There was no way anyone was going to gobble up the chance. You can see the frustration for Sunderland's Adingra. He wanted a cross from Fofana. The Rennes midfielder wanted a second winner of this campaign against Gabon. Babika up against Conan. Just a cardinal sin of taking the pressure off. Just let the player play it. Babika just a little impatient to try and get the ball back. Half the injury time flying by. It looks like the big moment of the match. It's going to be that strike from Babika not going in. And the 2 or 3 times that Mbaba earned a slice of fortune. And there were mistakes. Côte d'Ivoire could not punish them. But we've only had 2 yellow cards. One for a Nicolas Pepe dive, and now another for Evan Guessin trying to hold up play. Côte d'Ivoire happy to settle for the point. And it looks like a point they're going to earn to keep themselves top of Group F, if by the slenderest of values. 12 years since Côte d'Ivoire graced the World Cup. A draw here will keep them in the driving seat of trying to make a first world occasion since Brazil 2014. Gabon desperately want to keep dreaming that they could somehow nudge past the Elephants in the final 2 match days. Otherwise, it's an arduous journey on the second place. Well, certainly would be one of the top 4 second place sides. But even that only earns an intercontinental pathway. Well, that's superb battling. But that is full time.